Hello everybody, welcome to another video. My name is Rodgon and I am an artist and an illustrator, and today I'm going to be going through sketchbook number 9. If you guys haven't seen any of my other sketchbook videos, there's 8 other sketchbook videos that I made. Forewarning, caution alert, wah, 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 wah. This one is incredibly corny. I just recently started seeing this really beautiful girl by the name of Maryanne Fredericks, and this whole book has just been drawings inspired by her. So the book is a little bit smaller than the other ones that I've done before. I decided to go with a slightly thinner one, much larger. So it's like about 8.5 by 11, so considerably larger than the other ones. Here, I'll show you guys an example of what I mean. This is the little one that I normally draw. And then this one is considerably bigger. This one's sketchbook number 9. So that'll come later on when I actually finish in like 4 months. But for now, let's go through sketchbook tour number 8. Woo! Okay, so as always, I like to put a sticker or something in the front of the sketchbooks. Eventually, maybe I'll if I give it to her, I'm going to be drawing like a little poem or something like that, just to be as, nice as possible for her. Okay, let's go into the sketchbook. So as always, I always put, my little contact information. And don't worry, guys. I have my contact information everywhere because, clients and stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about me having my phone number out there. I've never gotten any prank calls, and that's probably like me asking to get prank called. But I've never had any prank calls. Every single person that has contacted me has been amazing. And I mean, even some of you guys have contacted me and said hi, and I don't mind that. As long as you're respectful, I don't mind at all. So, first page. As always, I try to go a little bit crazy on the first page, mostly because I believe that if I do a really cool first page, I'm going to be able to keep that consistently throughout the book, so it gives me a little bit of inspiration. So I just put a little bit of what everything in the book was going to be. It's going to be hot girls, how to draw things. That's the focus that I was going for. More perverted animals, so more monsters, and just trying to figure out an interpretation of myself that I would, like to draw. So another way that I can draw myself, but I want to do it consistently from now on. I don't want to just keep on changing it. So, and Maryanne. And you guys will get to know her a little bit better throughout the book. So the second page, it was mostly to see what type of materials I was going to be able to play with. So for example, this one right here is the Milan P1 Touch. It's a ballpoint pen, just a normal kind of cool ballpoint pen. It doesn't smear as much at all, so you don't have to worry about those little tiny blotches of spillage. Then my favorite pencils of all time are these. They are Prismacolor Kohl Erase pencils. In this case, I use the blue a lot because I use a lot of the ballpoint pen in blue, so it kind of complements it. I love these pencils. They don't really smudge as well, and maybe that's why I like all my materials. The next one that I'm mostly going to be using is the Bic Round Stick Medium Point Blue Pens. These are a dime a dozen. These are super cheap, and these are the ones that I draw with the most because I just love the way the ink flows out of them. It doesn't bunch up, and you're able to sketch really nice with a ballpoint pen. So that's what I used for those. And then these markers right here. I got about 3 of these gifted to me. I don't know what they are, what kind they are, but they have 2 sides. They have a brush tip and they have a normal tip. And they are just really nice. They don't smear. They dry really fast. You're able to put highlighter over them. I mean, it's just really, really nice. So you're going to see all those materials, including like some marker and stuff like that throughout the book. Okay, so for this one, I didn't know if I was going to go with tan paper and normal paper. So just having normal paper and then tan paper for the next page. So I just started to test out a little bit of materials. So jelly rolls with this really dark paper works better than the Prismacolor pencils. And it just looks smoother as well. Pretty much any marker looks really nice, but it darkens the page a lot. So you have to consider that a bright yellow might not be bright yellow on tan paper. It would be like an orange. So this was actually yellow, like a bright yellow, and then this was an orange and it turned kind of like red. And then obviously this is super bright red that turned into dark red. So yeah, that was just me testing materials, seeing what I was going to be able to do and whatnot. Okay, so in this page, I just wanted to break down a little bit of what Maryanne anatomy would be. So I'm trying to break down like females with nice hips and a nice little hourglass shape to her body. Like that's Maryanne is a model, so therefore she is able to portray a lot of poses that a lot of people can't. So this was me just trying to test out how I was going to draw her in the rest of the book. Just playing around with little shapes, girls, you know, in different positions to see how the arms bend, how somebody would stretch, you know, just general curves of the body, and obviously tattoos because she does have a lot of tattoos. And if, in case you guys don't know who I'm talking about, Maryanne Fredericks is an amazing artist herself. If you guys follow me on Instagram, and you guys can go ahead and follow her too. Like she is a really, really good artist. She's a tattoo artist and she does portraits. So, I mean, and she's a model. Okay, so this one, I saw a pose by Anjo Hink. I think it's Anjo Hink. At Anjo Hink, and he had a really cool pose of his own characters in this position. And even though it doesn't really make sense how somebody would be excited coming this way with this positioning right here, I just thought that it had such awesome like posing, so I just wanted to draw my own version of that. You guys should go check them out, and if you like them, I do. I instantly follow them, so go for it. This was me still playing around with the materials. I just wanted to draw something a little bit different than what I normally draw. So a little bit more comic bookish, you know, look to it with a little bit of cross hatching, a little bit of shading, and just generally like different proportions than the cartoony stuff that I post. So I just wanted to see what it would look like if I took up, you know, on that style. In this one, I was in vacation in Mexico. I think I was in Puerto Nuevo Vallarta, one of those. And we just had a resort, and then we just got to the beach. And that day, I remember I was just playing a Pokemon game online. And yeah, just wanted to draw my favorite ghost Pokemon going to the beach with me. And this is where Maryanne starts kicking in. So, she told me a really funny story of when she was younger. And she decided that she was going to go to school dressed like a pirate. And I think she was giving a presentation about pirates, and then some little kid said, "You're not a real pirate, Maryanne." And she told me the story that she just went up to like his desk, drop kicked it like a Spartan, and was like, "I am a real pirate." So let's just say she really likes pirates. This one was another one that about her, obviously. I believe she was streaming playing Assassin's Creed while holding the phone with her legs while she was coming back from Disneyland. So I think she still had her Mickey Mouse ears, and she just bought like a cup that looked like poison apple. And I don't know, like I just started thinking about like little details that I've seen in her, you know, house and whenever I do hang out with her, and then just started adding lots of detail. You'll see that a lot of the ones that I do for her like have a lot of detail, and I don't know why, it just makes me want to do it. It makes me want to draw like as much as I can possibly remember. And these were both done in coal erase pencil. I believe when I came... No, we didn't come back. This was still Rosarito. Was it Rosarito? No. I was already in Mexico. But what happened here, a couple of days before, I had gone to the mall with Maryanne, and I tried that zombie frappuccino that they had at Starbucks for a little bit during Halloween. And oh my god, like, ew, it was so gross. It was so incredibly gross. So I just decided to draw something along the lines of like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and just like have my arm transform or something. Then Maryanne had asked me to draw an Archie that looked like Jack Sparrow. So there you go. Archie Sparrow. Like I said, this is a very corny video, so bear with me. Her favorite animals are orcas, and she likes pirates. So I drew this for her, so when she woke up, she would see an orca with a pirate, and hopefully would make her smile the rest of the day. So that's the reason for the orca pirate. This one has a funny story too. So I was live streaming while I was drawing this one through Instagram, and I just got so distracted with the drawing and with like talking to Maryanne earlier that I ended up drawing this upside down without even realizing it. And that was kind of funny to me. I don't know. I just started asking questions on Instagram, and people started saying like it should be a reptile of some sorts, holding a sword, with a fly hat, like with a fly hoodie, San Diego helmet, San Diego hat, with a very cocky attitude face, with his sword going through someone's head, with two little bunny rabbits cheering in the background. That was the suggestion. So hopefully I did well. On to the next one. Okay, so this is when it starts getting like a little cute. So I just remember like little tiny times where like I went over to her house and then we just, cuddled and just kind of like lay there with each other, drinking some coffee or, tea or whatever. And that was just me like showing her this. She does have a little cute chubby cat called Crookshanks, and he kind of looks like Archie. So I just kind of like made Archie into Crookshanks. So this is me just showing her going about her life, little stories or like little tiny things that she tells me, and then I just like to make those into stories. Yep, that's pretty much it. She's a cosplayer too, so she has this really sexy Catwoman outfit, and there you go. Had to draw her. I went to see Thor Ragnarok that day. I think I drew this while I was in the movie theater. And then that's like why it seems like a little bit off. Like in my head, it's just kind of like dull, like doesn't have much life to it. And like always, that is the dog next door that always likes to bark the moment that I am doing my recordings. Every time. Okay, well, try to ignore the dog. I went to see Thor Ragnarok. I didn't really like Thor with short hair, so I just had to draw, my own little version of Thor with long hair next to him. Okay, this one has a little bit of a story to it too. So, one thing that, I've gotten to do while, having somebody else new in my life, especially somebody that's an artist as well, is that they can give me hints and tips on what maybe I should do to get better at my work. One of the tips that Maryanne told me was to literally stop drawing and doing like drawings for everyone else. I'm so focused now on making sure that I draw something that I can post online that sometimes I forget that I should be doing this for myself and then going forward and drawing and showing you guys what I come up with for myself. Well, she just told me to just one day just take as much time as possible and just start drawing something cool without expecting anything in return. And this was my attempt at that. So it looks a little bit more detailed, a little bit more shaded, a little bit more like, work on the composition, making sure that it looks good. And this one took about like 3 hours as opposed to every other drawing that takes me like 20-30 minutes. So it felt good though. It was actually really nice. I was trying to practice some facial expressions in this page. And the weird part is that most of these facial expressions were just gotten from my own face while flipping through the camera phone to see all the expressions that I had done for the last week, or like the last month, or however long it took to actually fill up the whole thing. This one, this one has a really funny story too. So Maryanne and the people at her tattoo shop, they don't normally do cartooning, so they do a lot of realistic, they do a lot of like very detailed work. So I was trying to show her how you can take a basic character, in this case Oswald the Rabbit, and I showed her an image of Oswald and I showed her how to break them down, and then how you can take those simple shapes and then just translate that into a scene that normally wouldn't be there. And that's how you start being really creative with your illustrations. At least that's how you start cartooning. That's how you start coming up with scenarios. That's how you're able to draw things in different ways. So that was my attempt at showing her, and I think I succeeded. Just another drawing of her, more like a pin-up-y style, just getting her bra taken away by Monster. This one has okay. So we ended up having a slight disagreement, and by slight I don't mean slight. It was a pretty heartbreaking argument that I had with her. So I was just really, really sad. I have a feeling that a lot of people saw this and they just got really scared. Normally when I do draw something that when I'm sad, it's kind of the same as when I'm really happy. It comes across really, really strong. And if you ever met me in person, you would understand that I'm not a very emotional dude. I barely even show emotions, period. So, I think I just let it out a little bit too much in my drawings, and definitely with this one, a lot of people got really worried. But everything is cool. Everything's good. I do this while drawing with Maryanne as well. I'm trying to hang out and patch things up, and it kind of worked out. We talked about things. We just enjoy each other's company. So, things were a little bit better. Hopefully getting better further on. Woof. Okay, so this is Crookshanks. Just a collage of Crookshanks. I just love that little kitty. He's so cute. And these are the ones that I really like. So, in this one, right? Maryanne has a very, 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 very bad coffee addiction. And she literally cannot wake up until after she has had 2 cups of coffee. So this is just me showing a little bit of what goes around in her room and just trying to capture a little bit of her attitude and also the look that I want to portray in the rest of the images. Because I eventually want to make her into a recurring character. Probably with Archie. Yeah. Since Archie is my little perverted side of my personality, playful, pervy, and she's a model, so I can play with a lot of ideas there. And this one, I went shopping with Maryanne, and she just ran around buying a bunch of stuff, and I was just carrying everything for her. This was really fun. That's the beauty of having somebody that makes their own money. You can just enjoy them going and spending everything they want. It was really, really funny. It was Thanksgiving, and I wanted to draw something for everybody on Instagram. So this was me, Maryanne, Crookshanks, just wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving. She invited me to Disneyland a couple days after, but I wasn't able to go because, work. And this was just like how I probably would go if I did actually go. It would just be me overdressing, like making like a huge deal out of it, and her just like looking all cute and just telling me like, stop it. This was a drawing that I did out of order. So it was more like during Halloween, I drew her from pictures and I just got really distracted, and I ended up drawing it in the last page. And yeah, that's what happened. So, like I said, this sketchbook is a little bit smaller than the other ones normally. So, well, luckily it only took 20 minutes or so to do. But this one was sketchbook number 8. Very, very highly inspired by Maryanne Fredericks. And I just have a note right here. If you guys and girls haven't noticed, this whole book was from inspiration by the lovely, beautiful, caring, amazing, and incredibly sexy girl by the name of Maryanne Fredericks. Head over heels for her. And I finished this on November 29th, 2017. And that concludes sketchbook tour number 8. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was a lot more sappy than you guys would probably expect. But I have been in a really nice place lately, and I hope that I am able to actually focus and not just be like flying all over the place in my head soon, and I'll be able to get back to making lots of videos and lots of drawings, and I will make it up to everybody on Patreon for not posting in a while. So if you guys do want to come support and join in on the fun, I will be posting starting next week, and I will be keeping everybody in touch with what is going to happen with that part of my business. So if you guys want to come support, there's a link at the bottom end screen, so you guys can click on that. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching the video. You guys are amazing. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you guys want to see some more of my stuff, make sure to click on the links to the left and to the right for more content from your favorite artist, Rodgon. And if you guys want to come support on Patreon, make sure to follow me on Patreon for some goodies, posters, prints, whatever, and I'll see you guys in the next one.